Less than a month after doing the double, Exeter are back in action. They are at the Twickenham Stoop to take on Harlequins. I've got a fair bit of rugby to watch this weekend, to be honest. Autumn Nations Cup, Tri Nations, and some Super Rugby Unlocked, the final round of that from South Africa. But there's been a couple of games called off. One of the games in the Autumn Nations Cup, Italy against the Fiji, and one of the Super Rugby Unlocked games has also been called off. So why don't we look at a bit of Premiership? I did get a taste of the Premiership towards the end of the season after the COVID lockdowns and the resumption of play. I did see some of those games after that, including the final and in a couple of the regular seasons games where they were smashing games in week out, like sometimes 2 games a week that were changing teams like crazy. So, yeah, I got a bit of a taste of the Premiership, which is a competition I've never really followed in any great detail since taking on this channel. I've been following a bit of the Champions Cup, but not so much the Premiership or the Pro 14, Top 14. But it'd be nice to watch, I think, a bit more Premiership, give me some more insights into what's going on, especially in England. But also, I mean, there's players from all over the world in these teams. So, yeah, I look forward to seeing this game. It is on 7:45 Friday, which makes it 8:45 here in Auckland in the morning, which is going to make it a tough one to watch, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it delayed. I'll watch it somehow. I'll try to avoid spoilers and see how we go. But yeah, it looks like it should be an interesting one because I recognise a few of the players from the Quins lineup. Obviously, you got Mike Brown at fullback. He's been around for seemingly forever. Danny Kerr, likewise at 9. Matt Simmons in the locks has been also around for seemingly ages. Then you got those exciting young players. You got Alex Dombrandt, who can't seem to buy a trick with the England setup, despite some pretty good form from what I've seen him play. Marcus Smith also, for some reason, seems to find himself down in the pecking order with England, despite being a pretty talented young player. And then you got a few South African guys I'm pretty familiar with through Super Rugby. Andre Esterhuizen is an absolute battering ram, kind of ball carrying 12. Likewise, Wilco Lowe is a pretty solid tight head. Stefan Levis. So yeah, and they've also got Tyrone Green, which I had forgotten that they'd signed him. If you guys haven't seen Tyrone Green play, because I know he's on his debut for Quins, he's like a real fleet-footed, good stepping, jinking, jiving fullback mostly from what I've seen him play. So he's a proper excitement machine player. So look forward to seeing him come on because he is named on the bench. Obviously, there's a few guys who I don't know as well. But yeah, that's part of the reason I want to watch the competition. Especially with all the international guys out as well. For Exeter, they're kind of bit maybe happy in this situation that they don't get as many guys called up to England. They got a bunch of guys in the Scotland squad. They don't seem to have any locks left because they've got, like, what is it? Johnny Hill, Johnny Gray. They got their locks just seem to get selected for international rugby. But I mean, guys who maybe should be selected for international rugby. Sam Simmons is another number 8 who can't buy a trick with Eddie Jones, and Joe Simmons, he, like Marcus Smith, finds himself down the pecking order for England. So seeing both of those guys is always good news. Pity they can't get higher honours, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. Devoto O'Flaherty's a proper excitement machine player as well. Facundo Cordero, I haven't seen him play. The brother of Santi Cordero seems to have a pretty good write-up, so he's at fullback. Yeah, man, and you've still got Giannis Kirsten there, Dave Ewers, Don Armand, Harry Williams. Harry Williams is a bloody good tight head. Ben Moon's on the bench. Cowan Dickey is on the bench. I think he's had surgery, so it's good news to see him back. But yeah, they've also got like Jack Vermeulen's out, Hidalgo Kleins with Scotland. Slades with England, so yeah, they've got a fair few guys out to be fair, etc. So I don't know, is this a chance for Quins to maybe get one over Exeter? They're missing Marla or they're missing Marchant, so they've got no more Rob Shaw, so they're not exactly, the par for the course Quins team. But yeah, it looks like it should be a pretty interesting one. I'm keen to give this one a crack. I mean, there are other games on this weekend in the Premiership. Sale against Northampton, Bath, Newcastle, newly promoted. Be interesting to see how they go. Worcester against London Irish. Leicester against Gloucester. Wasps against Bristol. So there's plenty of games on. But this will probably be despite the fact that it's less than a month since the competition finished. This will be the only one that I watch this weekend from the Premiership, I would say. So I am looking forward to it. Hopefully I picked the right one, but it just happens to be on at a time that doesn't clash with too much other stuff. So I look forward to it. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts on this one. Quins at home, do you think they're going to be able to get up over the champions? Both sides are missing some players. It is a weird one, like down here in New Zealand, if internationals are on, Super Rugby's not on. It's just one of those things, but I guess the Premiership just never stops, apart from for the Champions Cup. So, yeah, good one for me to get my head around. Do give me some insights into the other guys I didn't mention, or other thoughts on the guys I did. Oh, I forgot to mention, Exeter are the favourites, actually, by the bookies by 4, and by Rugby Forecast algorithm also by 4. But remember, the algorithm doesn't take into account player changes, just results. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you reckon, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.